Hi everybody! So in this video, we're going to be practicing converting a mixed number to an improper fraction and vice versa. But before we practice those skills, I want to go over what all of this stuff even is, okay? What is a proper fraction? What is an improper fraction? And what is a mixed number? So I have one of each on our screen right now, and probably the easiest one to recognize, in my opinion, is a mixed number. Because this looks like a fraction, this is a fraction, but look here. This is the only number that has a whole number. Do you see this whole number and the fraction? So mixed numbers are mixing up whole numbers and fractions. That's how I like to think of it. Okay, we're mixing up whole numbers and fractions. We're putting them together. So mixed numbers have whole numbers and fractions. Okay, so now we have 3/5 and 5/3. A proper fraction, this one right here, is a proper fraction because it actually is the definition of a fraction. It is a portion of something. So 3/5 is like saying we have 3 slices left out of 5 total. Okay, that is a proper fraction. Our numerator is smaller than our denominator. The other way around, 5/3, when we have our numerator is larger than our denominator, it is an improper fraction. Now in class, in our slides, I have a picture of a small stick figure trying to hold up a big stick figure, like this small 3 trying to hold up this big 5, and we say we would never do that. A small child will never pick up an adult. That is improper. Or we'll never stack a small box and then a large box, so a large box on top of a small box, because that is improper. Okay, so those are just some ways to help you remember. So again, a proper fraction has a small numerator, a larger denominator. An improper fraction has a larger numerator, smaller denominator, and a mixed number has a whole number and a fraction. Okay, so we're really going to be talking about improper fractions and mixed numbers today. And in this video, we're going to be talking about how we can go back and forth between the two. So let's look at these two circles here. We have 2 whole circles, but we only have a fraction of them shaded. If I asked you how much of these circles are shaded, some of you guys might say, well, we have 1 whole circle shaded, and then we have 3 additional pieces out of 5. So some of you guys would say, well, we have 1 whole and 3/5. Another way we can say this, so this is a mixed number, remember, because we have a whole number and a fraction. Another way to say this is that we have, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 slices shaded. Funky looking 8. And they are each the size of a 5th, right? They're still cut into these 1/5. Sorry. They're all cut into these 1/5 sized slices. Okay, so both of these are correct to describe how much is shaded. You can say 1 whole and 3/5 or 8 out of 5. These are both the same thing. So this is what we're going to be practicing, is how do we convert this mixed number into an improper fraction, right? We know this is improper because this big 8 is trying to sit on top of this small 5, and vice versa. How do we change a improper fraction back to a mixed number? Okay, so here are our mixed numbers. Let's change these to an improper fraction. And I think this way is a little bit easier than the other way around, so we're going to start with this. And this is when I use my around the world trick. And every single time you're going to do the same steps. You're going to multiply. Okay, you're going to divide. And then we're going to keep the denominator. So I'm just going to write denom to help you remember denominator. We're going to keep the denominator exactly the same. Okay, so around the world looks like this. We're going to start right here and we're going to go around the world. So starting down here, we're going to multiply our whole number with our denominator. 3 times 2, we get 6. And then we're going to add our numerator. We're going to add this 1. So 6 plus 1 is 7. Not a whole number 7, though. 7 is on top, and then we're going to keep this denominator the same. Our denominator was 2, so we're going to keep the 2. Okay, let me choose a different color. The yellow might be a little bit tough to see. Let's use another color. But same thing, around the world, multiply, divide, keep the denominator the same. So if you really wanted to go ahead and write the denominator, you could do that. The numerator is the one that we have to do all of our work for. Okay, so we're going to multiply here. 9 times 5 is 45. And then we're going to do the around the world. So 45. And then plus 4, we're going to add the numerator. 45 plus 4 is 49. And we kept our denominator the same, so our answer is 49 over 5. And again, though, these mixed numbers and improper fractions are equivalent to each other. They equal the same thing. There are just multiple ways that we can represent how much is shaded or whatever the situation is, how much is eaten, how much do we have left. Just for fun, let's choose another color. All right, 2 and 6/7. We're going to multiply these two. 2 times 7 is 14, and then we're going to do this around the world and add the 6. So 14 plus 6 is 20. We're going to keep our denominator the same. Okay? So this is our around the world. It's the same for every single conversion between a mixed number into an improper fraction. You're going to do the exact same steps. Doesn't matter what the numbers are. All right, our second one is a little bit tougher. How do we change an improper fraction to a mixed number, into a mixed number? Okay. 10/7. So these are your steps that you're going to have to follow for this one. You're going to have to divide, find the remainder. I'm going to write an R for remainder, and then keep the denominator. Our denominator for both of these, doesn't matter the direction, we're going to have the same. So divide, find the remainder, keep the denominator. Okay, so we're going to divide. If we have 7 Skittles, I like using Skittles for example. If we have 10 Skittles, how many groups of 7 can we make? Or 10 divided by 7. You can also think of it as how many times can you pull out a 7 out of 10, whichever way you like to think of it. We can pull out 1 full 7. Okay, so that means 7. And then we have to figure out what the remainder is. So you can think right here, 7 times 1 is 7, but we need 10. So 7, 8, 9, 10. So our remainder is going to be 3. And then our denominator is going to stay the same. Okay? And I keep reminding you of this, but if this is your weakness, going from improper fraction to a mixed number, and you try your best, you get your mixed number, you can go back now and do the around the world. If you think the around the world is easier, go back and do the around the world and see if you get 10/7 again, because that means your mixed number will be correct. Okay, so go back and check your work. That's how you can check your work, going back and forth between these, making sure you still get the same answers. All right, this next one, 4 over 3. How many groups of 3 can I pull out of a 4? Okay, I can pull 1 full group of 3. 3 times 1 is 3, but I need 4, so my remainder is going to be 1. I need 1 more. My denominator is going to stay the same. Again, if you want to go back and check, do the around the world. 1 times 3 is 3, plus 1 is 4 over 3. All right, this one's a little bit tricky. 26 over 5. So how many groups of 5 can I pull out of 26? Okay, and I had a student who said you can just count, you can look at the multiples. So we can. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That 30 is too much. I only have 26, 25. So 5 times. 5 full times, and you'll see here 5 times 5 is 25, but I need 26. I need 1 more, so 1 is my remainder over 5. Okay, so this was our review on how to change a mixed number to an improper fraction and vice versa. We did a quick review on what a proper fraction is, an improper fraction, and a mixed number. Remember that a mixed number is mixing them up, has whole number and a fraction. A improper fraction has a larger numerator and a smaller denominator, so you can pull out at least 1 whole. Okay, I hope this helps. Sorry about my very loud dog. See you guys later.